Okay, so I want to continue with my cold water, hot water layout here. Let's look at this continuation of this pipe. I'm gonna draw this pipe, but what needs to happen is this cold water and hot water pipe continues to the next area, okay? And this area is going to be, since it's water, so I usually separate the waste and the water in their model floor plans. So this is the waste for the next area, and this is the water for the next area, okay? So what's happening is there's a continuation of this line. If you can see these three doors, there's a 6-foot door and there's a 3-foot door wide here. And as it continues, those doors are here. Okay, if you can see these, that's one half of the door that's on the bottom part of this. So let's just look at this, see? Okay, I'm just going to stretch it down a little bit. And that's the other half of the 6-foot door. That's the 3-foot door. Okay. So what needs to happen is this is the continuation next door. But it's from the architect's well, it's what I imported, and we want to change that, okay? So we need for it to look similar to a plumbing floor plan. This is just a plan that hasn't been, what is it? A plan that hasn't been, that's not ready for plumbing. So we're getting ready to do that now, okay? So I don't... I don't know what you call it, but let's go through the exercise, okay? So I'm going to type VV and go to my Revit links. I'm going to turn off the mechanical. That's one thing I can do. But since we're on our floor plan, which it looks like it's by a host, we're going to change that, okay? Because I don't want it to be a host at the moment. I'm going to go link view, and then I'm going to go custom. So first, we go link view, and whatever the architect has, usually you go by the architect, or you can call them and say, I need a particular floor plan, how does it look? And usually they're pretty good with setting up these floor plans that you can use as a starter for your floor plan, whether it's mechanical or plumbing, structural, electrical, disciplines, okay? So what it looks like, there's a finished floor plan here. What I need is this one that says northwest. It's a continuation of this southwest wing. So this northwest wing, I'm going to choose it, finished floor plan, and there are others. You know, you have to kind of look and see which one works. I know this one works. But if I was seeing which one would be the correct floor plan to use, I would open up, what you should do is open up the architect's model and see which floor plan is best suited for the one that you needed. Because here it says edge of slab, northwest wing, okay? But I know from looking at the architect's model that I need the finished floor plan. Where's another one that we can see that could be a potential if you don't go back and look at the architect's drawing, and if you only rely on this drop down in Revit on your floor plan, you may not get the result you want, right? So here are others. There's an enlarge. Here's a level 1 floor plan. North, west, See this one, let's just take a look. I don't think this is the one that I want. I'm gonna say okay to that, okay to that. And it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Let's do a couple of things on here. I'm gonna go back to my Revit link, okay? And we're gonna change this by link view. We're gonna change it to custom view, okay? Because we got it as close as possible to the view that we want, okay? And I'll say okay to that and okay to that. Now we can go in, because let's go back and look at this custom. Because if I look at the link view and say okay, and say okay to this, and if I want to go into the architect's model and change, like I want to turn off the floor, right? So I cannot do that because everything is grayed out. I can't edit anything. You see all this is all grayed out, right? So you can't do anything when you look at your floor plan by link view. So it's looking at the link view, okay? So after you set your link view as close as you can to the view that you want in your model, right? Because this is looking a little bit better, okay? So, but we're gonna have to modify it a little bit. And in order to modify, you have to change this link view to custom view, okay? And now you can go in and change your model category to custom view. And now these are not grayed out, and you can go in and turn off the floor plan. I don't necessarily want any of the architect's annotation. I may want the grids, but I'll say none here. But usually you use your own grid system. Grid lines. Okay. And say okay to this. Custom view. So I turned off the tags, the room tags, and the grids, and the floor plan. So this it doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look too bad. There's some things on here. So let's go back and look at another view. Let's look at are you sure you want to continue? Okay. So we want to go back. We're just testing out the floor plans. That's level 1. We did level 1 floor plan northeast. So this is the one we're using now. So I want to use a different one. This is the finished floor. And we want finished floor northwest. We want this one. Okay. By link view, let's say okay to this. And okay to this. Okay. So some of that dash that was looked more bold than this was there. There were dash lines in here. So I'm going to go back into my Revit link and change my by link view again to custom view. Okay. So we go into our model and change everything to custom. I'm going to type F for floor and turn off my floor. Going to go into annotation, go to custom, select all, turn off everything but, so I go back to none and go to G, type G for grids. Say yes, we want grids. Everything is custom. Say okay to that. And we get, yeah, that looks a little better. These were highlighted in the other floor plan view, but in the finished floor plan, they're not highlighted. So I would go with this one. And that's the grid line. I would put that on this side. Or my grids, let's see if I have grids. annotation, G for grids. Yeah, my grid's on, so I'm gonna have to copy the grid lines. So let's go back to the water. This is a continuation. This is the water. And what we can do, let's go back. So these are the three doors, and here are the three doors. So it should show up, right? It should show up in this area. So let's find out why they are not. So let's look at there's a lot of options here we can look at. Let's look at the view range first. See, it's at 9. For water, we usually go 0, level, and let's go up to, so I know that my hot water is at 10'8". So let's go 11 feet and see what happens. Okay, so here we are. So that's our cold water and hot water. Realistic view. So that's a continuation, okay? So we go from one drawing, which is, those are the three doors. And on the other side, those are the three doors. Is this, okay, so I don't have the grids on. So I'm gonna go in, type VV, and go back to custom, annotation, go type G, and turn off the grids for now. Okay, and say okay to that. Okay, so now it's just more clear. Okay, so it looks okay. Yeah, so just wanted to show you guys just a few how to set up your next views based on what the architect has. Okay. Which is a continuation. You always want to do a continuation. You can go in here and type in something. So you can, for continuation, C. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. Anyway, you can say, for continuation, C P2, C sheet P2, okay. So that would be, I would do capitalize for C sheet, say P-2. Right? Okay. So that would go there, and this would be sheet P2. So we would go here, and we can go here, Control C, right? Go back to this one, and on this side, could say annotation here, Control V, for continuation C sheet P1, right? Okay. I'm gonna move this over to here. I'll put it here. Okay. For continuation C sheet P1, for continuation C sheet P2. Okay. And it just goes on and on and on and on and on. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna stop it here. I hope that helped, guys, and I will talk to you guys later.